Even before arriving on the biggest stage, Victor Wembanyama was the main talk in town, basically every time basketball was brought up as a topic. The 20-year-old Frenchman has taken on the league by storm and has rightfully been recognized as one of the greatest prospects of all time. With him causing so many problems for opposing teams and players, he has earned himself a lot of respect from his peers. Let's hear what some of the NBA's biggest stars have had to say about Victor Wembanyama. While there are many great basketball players in the NBA, there is a very special group of guys who are complete game changers. Although it is still early, Victor Wembanyama seems to be on the track to be a part of this group. On the other side, somebody who has made it in the special circle of players is Warriors guard Curry, who quite literally changed the game of basketball forever. Nowadays, every team and every coach focuses on developing the three-point shot, as Steph proved that it can be a real game changer. Steph is a special talent who recognizes other people's potential, and he certainly recognized Victor's, who he had a lot of praise for.
You just can't do the same thing you normally do. He blocked my shot on a floater, and the only thing you think he jumped, he just went like that and knocked it off the backboard. So it still catches you by surprise, the stuff that he does, just because of his stature out there. But that last play, I probably would have tried to lay it up had the first half. When I got my shot blocked, had not been in my memory, and kicked it out, relocated. Like I said, there's counters and stuff. You just had to be very mindful of where he is, because if you just try to go through him or over top him, it's going to lead to nothing.
Another guy who is an all-time talent but never seemed to fulfill it due to off-court controversies, as well as unfortunate injuries, is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is one of those guys who are among the league's very best once they decide that they are going to focus on playing basketball. Although Kyrie's ball-handling abilities are what stands out to most people, his finishing around the rim can often be overlooked, even though that is an area that he is extremely creative and good at. In the game between Kyrie's Dallas Mavericks and Victor's San Antonio Spurs, Kyrie got crafty on a couple of occasions when he had to finish around Victor's 8-foot wingspan. After the game, Kyrie had a lot of praising words for Victor, who really impressed him with his effort and potential.
You said, what is it like?
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, from my perspective, I remember the first game of the season. He was, entry to the league. He blocked my shot. I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Right side of history. But yeah, he's just a force down there, and he has great timing. You can tell he really studies the game well. And on the defensive end, there's not much that he can't do. So for him to, or for me to get the best of him on that one possession, it felt good. But, moving in the future, I don't know how many more I could get off on him just because of how much ground he covers. But it was an exciting play. I'm grateful I converted it.
Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama are the two headline names when it comes to the 2023-24 Rookie of the Year race. While Chet entered the NBA a year before Wemby did, he did not play any games in his first NBA season. This made him eligible to win the Rookie of the Year award in the same season as Victor Wembanyama, and because of his team's success as well as phenomenal individual numbers, he is Wemby's biggest obstacle in the race for the Rookie of the Year. However, despite the rivalry, or maybe because of it, the two have tremendous respect for each other. After a matchup between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs, Chet had only words of high praise for Wembanyama.
He's a high-level competitor. You can, see that in how hard he plays, and the emotion that he plays with. And he's a really good basketball player too. So it's always fun to go up against players that are not only really good but play really hard. It really brings the best out of you.
After this comment, Chet answered a follow-up question on whether he was excited for the next matchup against Victor Wembanyama in the 2024 Rising Stars game.
Yeah, always. Like I just said, it's always great to play against players that are really good and also play hard and have a lot of talent. It brings the best out of you. It makes you better, and it really makes you compete. So, I'm excited to play against him, but also, all the other guys that are in this Rising Stars thing too. There's a lot of talent across the board.
LeBron James's longevity is something unmatched. His career in the NBA started before Victor Wembanyama was even born, and now they share the court, playing against each other. While Victor chose Kevin Durant to be his idol, he also has a tremendous amount of respect for LeBron James as well. And now, the respect goes both ways, as Wemby earned LeBron's respect in a game between his Spurs and LeBron's Lakers, where Victor finished with a crazy stat line of 27 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, and 5 blocks. Safe to say, LeBron was impressed, and he gave Wemby his flowers after the game.
He doesn't have a ceiling. He doesn't have a ceiling. So, he can do whatever he wants to do with his career. He seems like he enjoys the game. It seems like he puts the work just from the outside looking in. Obviously, I'm not with him on a day-to-day basis, but I said it a long time ago how special he was, and it's literally that simple. So, as far as your question, as far as having just got guys in our league that you have to account for. Anytime you get around the rim or around the perimeter, in our league history, he sits right at the top of it. If not, around the top of it all the greats.
Jason Tatum is one of the league's best wing players and possibly one of the future faces of the NBA, once the old guys decide to hang it up. An absolute scoring machine, Jason Tatum can score it from anywhere on the court. However, even he had his fair share of struggles when attacking San Antonio's basket and Wembanyama. After the game, Jason Tatum shared his impressions about Victor Wembanyama and what he thought the chances were for Victor to run away with the 2023-24 Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, he's having a great year. Unlike any other player we've, probably ever seen at this point. I think he for sure deserves to be in the conversation. Some other great rookies out there, Chet Holmgren and OKC. I think, those would probably be the two guys off the top of my head right now. But, I love watching him play. He's going to be obviously incredible for a very long time. So, yeah, he's having a great year, and, continue to keep watching him doing great things.
Although often hated on and misunderstood by the NBA fans and media, Russell Westbrook is one of the most respected guys in the NBA. Always giving his heart out when on the court, but also remaining supportive for his colleagues at all times. Russell Westbrook is truly a good friend and a brother. He never holds back words of praise, especially when talking about young, talented players of Victor's caliber. And this time, there was no exception, as Russ really went all in to compliment Wembanyama and his game.
It's one of a kind, as we all know. It's going to get better each and every year during the season. As long as he keeps focused and keep improving his game, but he'll be fine.
He was asked a follow-up question whether or not he felt Victor Wembanyama's 8-foot-long wingspan as a challenge during their matchup.
Not me personally. He wasn't on me much, but it's there. That's all you need to know.
Being born in 2004, Victor Wembanyama grew up watching today's veterans like LeBron James, Curry, and of course his idol Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is not a unicorn when it comes to physical attributes alone, but his size combined with his skill set is something to behold of. Rarely, if ever, has there been a 7-footer who is arguably a better scorer on the perimeter than in the paint. KD's offensive game is at such an elite level that you cannot even compare it to anybody else. However, Victor Wembanyama, whose role model was Kevin Durant himself, modeled his game after his idol and can turn out to be an even taller version of KD. Kevin Durant is a huge fan of Wembanyama already.
Man, that dude can do it. He can achieve anything he wants in this game. I think he's only getting more comfortable as time goes on. Was he 20-10, 3.5 blocks a game, 2 or 3 assists? It's just insane how dominant he's going to be as he gets more comfortable in the game. Luckily, I'm on my way out, so I won't have to deal with it too much. But you just see him settling in game after game after game, and it's going to be a joy to watch.
No small feat to hear from your idol. Over the years, Anthony Davis built a strong reputation for himself as one of the best rim protectors in the league. With Victor Wembanyama's arrival to the NBA, it is safe to say that AD is going to have to work a little harder on the defensive end to keep his spot as one of the better defenders. After the Lakers' win over Wemby's Spurs, Anthony Davis had a lot of praising words for Victor Wembanyama, who really managed to impress him in their matchup.
Yeah, man, I know he can play. Obviously there's a lot of pressure on him, #1 pick. But he can play. He's been struggling a little bit, but he showed up tonight. I think he had 30. Hits 2 big threes, a couple highlight plays, some tip dunks and things like that. Some good blocks, but he's one of them ones. You know, generational talent. It was fun going against him tonight.
With Victor Wembanyama's arrival on the big stage, fellow French countryman Rudy Gobert got some serious competition when it comes to being the best Frenchman in the league. Rudy himself is a superb physically gifted player with his 7'1" frame and 7'9" wingspan, who made a name for himself by swatting shots in the front rows. However, when he exchanged his jersey with Wemby after their first matchup against each other, Rudy seemed as regular as a 7-footer can. After the game in which Wembanyama recorded his first career triple-double, Rudy said how impressed he was by Victor's play.
So it's funny because a few weeks ago I was wondering when is he going to get it, and I didn't think he was going to get it so quick, but that's impressive. I think that's the outfit. When I saw the outfit, I was like, I knew it was good.
There are not many players around the league who can guard Nikola Jokic. However, in the matchup between the Denver Nuggets and San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama proved himself to be deserving of a spot on this shortlist. Although the Joker still managed to get his, finishing the game with 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, there were a couple of possessions where he struggled to get around Victor's long frame.
I think he's 19 years old. He's playing. He's not getting scared of getting tired. You know, he's playing hard, and he's not. He doesn't. How to say this? Just a second. He thinks it's a big thing. Like he wants to be good. He's not bragging about nasty. I think, like I said, I think he's playing hard, and he doesn't take it for granted. He's making mistakes with what is normal. I think the media is around him doesn't help him, but he's gonna get used to it because the guy is 19 years old. He's gonna change the game 100%, and he is already on that path. So for all the guys, just enjoy and watch the show and let the guy change the game.
While Luka Doncic turned out to be one of, if not the greatest European prospect to enter the NBA, his hype was nowhere as big as the one Victor Wembanyama had before entering the draft. Although Luka's career resume before getting into the NBA was far more impressive than Victor's, Wemby's physical attributes are more than enough to get him all the hype in the world. Luka first explained how impressive Wembanyama's game is.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Wemby, right? I saw some videos, it's pretty crazy. What he does on the court, what's he, 2 meters, 7'4"?
7'4", that's the one.
No, the thing he does for that length, it's unbelievable. The way he moves, the way he handles the ball, shoots the ball, and obviously the block. So I've been watching, and he's an amazing player.
Luka later compared the hype he got in comparison to the one Wemby has gotten, as well as handing out some pieces of advice for the up-and-coming European superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was even close, but maybe I inspire, some Europe to US transition, but, my advice would just, like I always say, have fun with the game. Obviously, he's going to have a lot of pressure. He's probably one of the best, if not the best prospect to ever come in the NBA. So, but he showed he could play, so I don't think he should be worried about anything.
Before the arrival of Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo was the European freak of nature. To say that the Greek freak is one of the better physically prepared players we have in the league right now would be an understatement. Antetokounmpo is a rare physical freak of nature that dominates the game of basketball due to his sheer size and strength, bullying defenders on his way to get his. However, when playing against the 7'4" Victor Wembanyama, even Antetokounmpo manages to look like a regular guy. After their first matchup, Antetokounmpo was impressed by Victor, to say the least.
Yeah, he's unbelievable talent. Can score at will anytime he wants. Plays the right way, plays to win. It was great playing against him.
In the locker room after the game, Giannis followed up his post-game comments by describing how shocked he was when he first saw Victor.
He's special. He's going to be an extremely good player. Got to stay healthy. He plays the right way, plays to win. I don't know, I've never seen anything like him, 7'4", 7'5". I don't know how tall he is. He's not 7'3", he's way taller than 7'3". So whoever say he's 7'3", that's a lie. But like at the end of the day, like you haven't seen anything like that. You know, I haven't. Maybe you guys have seen. I don't think you guys have seen everything. So the sky is the limit, and as long as you work hard and you keep on having, you know, a positive attitude, energy towards the game, everything that he dreams of is going to happen for him. But like I've seen him play. He played with my younger brother in Nashville. We played together. So I went and watched a couple of games, and I've seen him compete. And even there, I knew he's going to be special. But now see him, you know, playing against NBA players and do the things that he's doing, it's pretty amazing.
With Victor Wembanyama being only 20 years old, there is a lot of room for both improvement and achievements in his career. Victor is truly a special kid and a special talent. He just needs to stay the way he is, focused on the game of basketball without any distractions and continue to improve on his craft. That is the only proven way to perform like the all-time greats, something that Victor will surely try to accomplish. He is on the right track, and hopefully he keeps going, so we get to see a lot more highlights from him in the future. Best of luck to Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs for the future.
So please, whatever.